Hey folks, welcome to the show. I'm your host Sandman. Today I'm going to be unboxing and picking the new Abus Anniversary, the Iron Rock. Let's get into it. So I think this would be their 100th anniversary lock. It was dated 1924, so yeah, 100 years. Being that it's 2024 right now, I have to say that carefully because some people are going to be watching this video 2 years from now and be like, Sandman, your math sucks. I know my math sucks. I meant for this to be an unboxing. I totally have the box here and I was going, oh man, I'm going to open it and then I'm going to, pick it, blah, blah, blah. And then I forgot to turn on the camera because I got excited. I still haven't pulled it out of the package yet though, so we will do that. I don't know if I can just, let's go do that. To my knowledge, and we'll see if there's any documentation in here, but to my knowledge, I think they only made like 2,000 of these and only 300 of them were sent to the US. I purchased this on Amazon for $50 and it shipped from, I believe, Germany. Is that the place? And it took like 2 weeks. So I have one of the European ones, and or is that correct to say? Should I say Dutch? I don't know if it comes from Germany, but I have one of the ones that came from overseas. I don't believe I have one of the American ones. The other rumor that I see on the Discord chats is that the American ones possibly may be a completely different keyway from the European ones. So I don't know what to expect with this. I guess we'll find out. Let's look at the boxing first. It says 8345 Iron Rock limited edition. Let's see, Wetter, Germany, UK importer, Abus UK Ltd, Unit 8, Third Way Corner, Avonmouth, Bristol. Okay, Great Britain. So it's a UK importer, Abus UK Ltd. So I don't know if this came from Germany or from the UK. I'm sure somebody will laugh at me in the comments. The Passion for Tradition, 124 Galang August. Okay, this is I was reading the German portion up there. Well, 124 Galang August Brechmacher mit Sneenen. Okay, we're not going to do that. Okay, here we go. Please don't flame me, German friends. In 1924, August Brimmacher and his sons achieved the masterpiece of launching a padlock that was groundbreaking for his future and that of his family. The Iron Rock, as a tribute to the original limited edition, was re-released for the 100th anniversary. So they achieved the masterpiece of launching a padlock. So I don't think this was the year necessarily that Abus started. I think this was just the year that they released this lock. So it's the anniversary of the Iron Rock, I suspect. Oh man, if I had just Googled anything prior to making this video, I would sound so less stupid. All right, man, this is cool. So this is an 83, it's an 83, hold on, 8345. So a 45 is 45 millimeters this way, I think, and then it's 83. So the 83 is the designator for the type of lock. So essentially, to my understanding, this is a removable core. I don't know. I think a key knob cylinder will fit in here, or is it just a small format interchangeable core? I think a key knob will fit in there. We're about to find out, aren't we? I've got a couple key knobs here I might be able to throw in there just to see. This thing is super sweet. Oh man. And this was only 50 bucks, bro. I'm so glad I got this. I was on the fence. I was like, I don't really need it right now. I don't really need to spend 50 bucks on a singular lock that just has a Schlage keyway. So this is the American one. To my understanding, the European ones, I thought that came directly from Germany, would have a Yale keyway. So I guess 300 patented. So that's what I think this 300 is. I think this is one of 300, and I think this is the Schlage. So this is one of the American ones. So if I want to buy one with the Yale keyway, I need to purchase directly from one of their vendors overseas. And guess what? Sandman's probably going to do it. This is really nice. I really like it. And I hear these have a really nice audible, satisfying ka-chunk when it opens. It's very spring loaded. Super nice. This is really nice. I wish I could find out which one of 300 this was, but that would probably be a lot for them to serialize that. If that is what this 300 is. I suspect it is, because that was the rumor I heard, that there was only 300 of these. And it's the SC1 keyway. Interesting. Interesting. I may have to pick this with a leashy too, especially if I can't actually pick it. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Oh man, Sandman, you suck. I know. All right. And we have the keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pin. No idea if it has any security pins or not. Yeah, that's cool. This is a really nice padlock. For 50 bucks, I would expect it to be. I'm happy I got it. And especially if this is just a normal key and knob cylinder, this is a really nice lock all around that I can use for all my key and knob cylinders. Because sometimes I buy just random key and knob cylinders, like this is that is a high security key and knob cylinder here from ASA. I don't know if this guy will fit or not. Let's find out, see what type of core this is. Guys, I just bought it. I didn't do any research on it. I didn't plan for this video because I just honestly thought it would be self-explanatory. I thought there would be documentation in here, but the documentation's on the back. So, I mean, what else do you need? It's a nice box. The presentation is really nice. Let's see if there's anything under this guy. There's not, I guarantee it. Yeah, just silica. That's fine. It's cool. This is nice. I may keep it in this. I may put this on display like that. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, this is cool. This is nice. This is nice. I'm glad I got it. Now let's see if we can pick it. I'm trying to be delicate here because it's all brass. I don't want to scratch it against the steel. All right, here we go. So I'm a big fan of using 18 to 15 thou gym hooks when it comes to Schlage SC1s. First, we need to decide our top of keyway. We should be able to get away with a 50 thou or a 0.3 millimeter. Yep. And then I'm a big fan of using the gym hook and 15 thou on these. And typically, the taller the better. So let's see if we can find a Jimy Longs hook here that should be able to get us nice and tall. Okay, I think that'll work. Let's see what we can do. It may need some oil. I got binding on one. Okay, I got one set. Nothing on 2. Nothing on 3. Nothing on 4. And binding on 5. But nothing, it's not moving. Okay, I dropped everything I had. Okay, one is set. I'm on pin 3, pin 4. Is that counter rotation? Yeah, that was counter rotation. It could just be me leaning against the warding. I don't know if there's security pins in this or not. I didn't watch any videos. I'm so unprepared. I think 4 and 5 are set. Let's go back to pin 1 because I dropped it. Yeah, pin 1 is now set. I dropped something though. Pin 2 is now binding. Yeah, this thing needs oil. We're gonna put some oil in this thing. It's kind of rough. The brass absorbs any type of factory oil if they put oil in these guys. I'm gonna use lockies, even though this is an interior lock, an indoor lock. It's gonna be sitting on my shelf. You have to be careful with these. You don't want this graphite fluid to stain your carpet or your clothes. And before I add that, let's make sure we're not making a huge mess here. And of course I made a mess. Okay. Now we're gonna take a rake, if I can find one. I don't use a lot of rakes, hold on. And we just wanna get those pins moving. Man, these things trap air, probably when I shake it. And a little bit more. There we go. That should be good. A little dab will do ya. Let's get the pins moving again. All right, let's see if that helps. It was binding pretty rough because it's brass on brass. Let's try that. Okay, got a nice click on 1. Number 2, let's go to number 2. No, 2 is not ready. Go to number 3. I'm on 4 now. 4 is giving me what feels like counter rotation. I got to click out of 4, but I don't know if there's security pins in this or not. So I got click out of 4. I got to click out of 1. I'm on 2. 2's not wanting to move. I just dropped a pin. Let's go back to 1. Check it. 1's still set. Let's go to 4. I just tried to set 4, but it keeps dropping. Let's go to 5. That was 3. So 1 and 3 are set. 2. That was 3. I'm back to 4. Nothing on 4. Got 5 set. I think that's 4. Back to 3. Gotta click out of 3. Nothing on 2. Nothing on 1. Let's check and see something real quick. See if I can set 1 higher. Nope. So nothing on 2. 3. Someone's going to ask me, what do you mean by nothing on 3? It means there's nothing there. It's not binding, folks. People always ask that in every video. What do you mean by nothing on 3? It's just not binding. There's nothing there. If I say 2 is binding, or I got to click out of 4, but then I say nothing on 5, I like to hope that I'm being self-explanatory by explaining everything that I'm doing in the lock. But some people haven't figured out what I'm saying yet, so I'm sorry. Having trouble with 4 and 5. That was 2. I set it and dropped it. Let's try this again. Let's start at the back, moving to the front. That was 5. Nothing on 4. 3 is now set. Let's go back to 4. 4 is now set. Let's go to 2. 2 is not ready. Let's go to 1. 1 is now set. Let's go to 2. And I dropped some pins in the back trying to set 2. So we're going to go back to those. I didn't think that this lock would be this difficult. That's 2 sitting. Had 3 pins set there. I don't think these can pick. Let's find out something with a key real quick. No, you can't pick it counterclockwise, otherwise I would do that. Okay. Let's see if changing my pick helps. I guarantee it probably doesn't. Want to set. I mean, this has the most vanilla bitting I've ever seen too. So, okay, 1 and 2 are set. 3 is not ready. 4 is not ready. I guess that was me setting 5. 4 and 3. Okay, that was 3. Let's go to 4. That was 4. Let's see if we can get 5. What else am I missing here? This is a hard lock. What the hell? I dropped 1 somewhere along the way. That was 3, and I dropped so many pins setting 3. There we go. I'm in a false set. That's our first real indication of security pins, and that we've had so far, and that is a spool pin. So we're in a false set. Now we know what we're dealing with. We're getting closer to getting this guy picked. I'm on pin 5 now, and I'm having counter rotation on 5. Yeah, the lock is really dry. Counter rotation on 5. I don't want to float pick it because this is a sprung core and it's just going to give too much counter rotation. See if I can just get it with my pick. I can't. I'm going to go with a taller profile and an 18 thousandths. So that way I don't bend my 15 thousandths. Go all the way to the back, rake forward, find that 5th pin, lift, make sure I'm on the pin. There we go. That 5th pin. That 5th pin was rough on me. Okay, so I think I had security pins at least 1 and 5 for sure. That 5th pin, I mean, my hands were shaking. I was trying to apply so much tension. And I was in counter rotation, so I'm not applying forward tension with my turning tool, but I'm applying a lifting force so much that my hand's shaking. What does that tell me? That tells me that when I applied my lubricant to the front of the lock, I wasn't getting enough lubricant in the back of the lock. This lock needs lubricant for at least for me to be able to pick it easier. It's not designed for picking. They don't need lubricant just to put a key in, I guess. At least not a bunch. So that's what happened with pin 5. I think pin 5 was so hard to lift while I was counter rotating that I don't think that it was a really high pin. Sometimes high pins can be tough. No, it was very low pin. And this is a very vanilla, very plain bitting, man. This is like nothing. But I think I just didn't have enough lubricant in the last couple pin stacks, which was causing that issue. Let's take it apart and take a look at what's inside. I put up a fight. I love that. That's good. I would hate for this thing to be stupid easy, spend 50 bucks, and like, well, that was dumb. No, that was fun. I need to pick it more, get better at it. And I may be able to, okay, swap out the core. This is not working. Okay, where's my other screw? I was messing with some stuff in the other room, and go figure, I don't have a screwdriver right here. Here we go. There's another one. Sometimes I might be able to get away with the flathead in here. Nope. See if this one's not stripped out. Good grief. I don't want to strip out that screw on a $50 anniversary lock. Let's see what I can do here. Hold on one second. Okay. Pull out the ultimate. Yeah, that should work. That's okay. I fixed it. I just have it in the other room. Nope. That's not budging. Well, folks, I'm gonna have to pause the video and get the other screwdriver. All right, I've got the iFixit set. Let's see what we can do now. This is a disastrous video. I don't know anything about the product. I don't know how to speak German. I'm an idiot. And they put anti-whatever, I don't know, something, you know, thread locker on this thing. Let me see if this flathead will fit in there. Nope, okay. Let's see if this guy will work. That should work. Did I get it? Yes, I got it. Okay, use a quality screwdriver bit. I fix it. If you want to sponsor this channel, I'm all ears. Yeah, I've got a lot of lubricant in here, but I just don't think it got to the back. So this is an interchangeable core, small format, SFIC. I was hoping it would accept key knobs, but you know what? I think I may have an adapter. I at least have an adapter from Packlock. What is this? What is that? Why is there pieces falling out of this thing? All right, well, we don't want to lose that. It probably goes with the tailpiece of some sort. What the fuck is that? I've never seen anything like this. I mean, someone's going, Sandman, you're an idiot. No, like, I don't know what this is. I've never had an Abus 83 before, so I'm new. Maybe it goes in here. Maybe it goes in there. Guess we'll find out, won't we? When I can't put it back together. I think, let's see if a Packlock adapter will work with that. I doubt it, but if I have a key knob like this, I put a Packlock adapter over it, it basically makes it this. So I wonder if this would work. Now the tailpiece may not interact with it, and that's fine. I can get probably a different tailpiece. I don't know. In fact, Packlock sells these tailpieces. I'll have to mess with that off camera. I'll figure it out. I know the 83 does accept something, so let's see here. What does this do? Let's see what this does. Oh, we lost the thing. Here we go. Oh, it's too big. At least the Packlock's too big. Let's see what the key knob looks like in there. See, I think there's an adapter that I can get to allow me to put in this guy. I think so. We'll find out. Yeah, maybe. So many locksmiths are yelling at me right now in the comments. I'm learning. I've never had an Abus 83, and this thing's really nice. So, you know what? I really don't want to dump out the pins in this freaking thing because it's an interchangeable core. But it looks like you can service the pins here. So let's try that. That's what it is. I probably will have trouble accessing. Okay, so here's a detent pin. We're going to push it on this guy. We're going to disassemble this thing. I want to see what's in it. If I have to, I'll find somebody to help me put it back together. So if I want to rotate it this way, I got to push on this. Never had one of these. Let me go slowly here. Yeah, that should be it. So this, it's a 5-pin. It has 6 pin stacks. I should be able to separate those key pins. Yeah, they'll fit through there. Great. But that means, how do I get out the driver pins? I guess I just have to disassemble this whole thing. That's really what I need to do. Yeah, let's just do that traditionally. I was trying to use this feature. This is really just for probably changing out the key pins, but I really want to expose the driver pins because those are the security pins. So here's what we're going to do. We got it locked back up. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to do this. Why is this the first time I feel like I've ever gutted a lock? I haven't been feeling well. I'm not talking about it much off camera, but I just haven't been myself lately, and things are becoming a little bit more difficult due to those things. I'm working on it. So I'm doing my best, folks. Here we go. I'm going to have to remove, push on that detent pin while shoving this guy in here. Let me see if I can do that. Let's add a shim just in case. I don't think I need to, but that way it's a smooth transition of that top stack. And so here's that detent right there. All right, here we go. Okay, that went okay. All right. Pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, pin 4, pin 5, and that's it. Maybe I should key this up to, oh no, I can't because it's a 5-pin lock. I was like, I should put in a 6th pin. Okay. I put it in this way because I wanted to look at the pin states. Check this out. Ta-da, lights up. None of you have this, right? This was made by 3D Lock Sport, but they were recently acquired by Covert Instruments, and they have the STL files on the website, but they don't tell you what the components are. So let's take it. Pin stack number 1 is a serrated pin. I thought that would have been a spool pin. Pin stack number 2 is a spool. I felt none of these in play. Pin stack number 3 is a spool. We can remove this guy. Pin stack number 4 is a spool. And last but not least, pin stack number 5 is a spool. Awesome. I feel like they could have just utilized the last pin stack there and just made it a better, harder lock. But, you know, this is a collector's lock. It's not meant to keep me out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's it. Cool. I don't know why I was having such a hard time gutting this lock or picking it, but it is what it is, folks. Let's take a look at those pins there. Let me be honest, these are really nice spool pins. Is that weird to say? I'm not very impressed with this serrated pin at all. But, you know, it did trick me a little bit. Let me see if there's any over milling here. No over milling. Let's see if there's any counter milling. No counter milling. Can you imagine if they just had counter milling in pin stack 1 with that serrated pin? Woo! Man, that would have been tough. Folks, if you made it this far, I'm an idiot. Here we are. So this is called a Z-bar. That piece that fell out is called a Z-bar. And you insert the Z-bar on the back of the tailpiece with there's a little dot on that Z-bar. And you want that on the 12 o'clock position. Actually, no, it's like a 9 o'clock position. But you want that at facing towards you. And hang on one second. Okay, here we go. Okay, that just like that. So it's actually more like in the 10 o'clock position. There we go. That dot is in the 10 o'clock position, just like that. All right. So, and obviously this window right here is for changing out the key pins if you wanted to, but I really wanted to see those spool pins right there. So, all right, I got that Z-bar in place. Let's get this guy back together. I'm going to drop this in like that. I don't want to mess with that Z-bar. There we go. That should work. And then I'm going to test it a few times before I screw that thing in because I don't want to mess this thing up. Before you put in a screw, always check the shackle. You don't want to mess this up. Yep, so I've got it in there. Everything's flush in the front. So I'm going to add my screw here. I have actually bricked one lock for sure. Not testing to make sure that the tailpiece was interacting correctly with the actuator, and it was actually a collectible lock. That screw is definitely going to get stripped out if I keep doing this, so I'm not going to do that. I'm probably not going to gut this ever again. I'll just keep it in the pin state that it's in. There we go. Folks, I'm still not done. I was able to add more lubricant while I was assembling this lock. That little window on the side there is for doing a quick change of the key pins, but I also use that window for servicing the lock by adding a lubricant. So the lock, I didn't change anything to the lock, but I wanted you to see how a properly lubricated lock should function with the use of security pins. When I first picked this lock, I had trouble getting those pins even moving because it was so dry. Now, this lock is not designed to be better functioning just because I'm a lock picker, but it needs to have those security pins in play, and freaking 3 out of 5 of them were just not in play. So let's see what it looks like now that I have the lubricant in the lock. So this is how a lock should look when you're picking a lock. And this is how it should function. These security pins are designed to thwart lock picking. Therefore, they should all come into play. So we're on pin number 1. This is the serrated pin. Okay, that's the first serration. Okay, and that pin number 1 is now set, and we have movement in our core. Let's go to pin number 2, and we have counter rotation on 2. That's a good, healthy security pin. Okay, pin number 2 is set, and I drop pin number 1. Let's go set pin number 1. Okay, pin number 1 and pin number 2 are set. We have this nice deep false set here. Let's go to pin number 3. Counter rotation on 3. Okay, and by setting number 3, I drop number 1, setting number 1 again. Now you could say, well, Sandman, why don't you just set 1 last? I'm going to prove a point here. If I don't set 1 every single time, then we don't see counter rotation in every single one of these pins. It just, you're not able to visually see it as well. So now I'm on pin number 4, counter rotation on 4. I just dropped pin number 1, setting number 4. Actually, it was... I don't know what it was. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. Let's go back to 1. Okay. Nice deep false set. We just have pin 5 now. Good, there's pin 5. There we go. That's what I wanted you to see. I wanted you to see that when lubricant has been added to a lock from the manufacturer, or from the factory, or from yourself, or from a locksmith, whoever's servicing the lock, then all of the security pins will actually come into play, and that makes it a harder lock to pick. Now, you could say I picked it quicker this time than the first time, but none of those security pins really came into play the first time. It was just a really dry lock, and it was a first run. I know what to expect now, so it's an easier lock to pick. Just wanted to explain that locks will function differently, function better, function properly when lubricant has been added, and lubricating does also help a little bit with feeling the pins and the pin state. So it's kind of a double-edged sword as well. That's all I have for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching.